All right, back on Dynasty League Baseball for the 76 Yankees. We're 7-7 through 14 games, trailing the Tigers by 4. They're a half a game behind Boston and a game ahead of Baltimore. We're going to play the rubber game of a 3-game series versus the Kansas City Royals. Yankees won game 1, Royals came back and won game 2. It's been a good series so far. Let's see who can take it now in game 3 of this 3-game series. And we will join the game. And here we go. Royals Kauffman Stadium, 56 degrees and overcast, wind 10 miles per hour and out. So that might help a little bit with home runs. And this is a day game following a night game, so catchers are considered tired. Of course, I'm playing as played lineups, so whoever played is going to play. I don't know if he gave the catcher, I think Munson caught last game, so I don't know if he gave him the day off or not. May will pitch. And Munson is catching. Rivers, White, Munson, Chambliss, Gamble, Piniella, Nettles, Randolph, and Mason. They'll face Dennis Leonard for the Royals against Rudy May. Here we go. Leonard on the mound. Here in Kansas City, he was 17-10 with a 3.51 ERA. He has the jam quality, so that could help him out throughout the game. Deep drives he has on both sides, so home runs off batters' cards will count without an extra roll. He comes in 0-1. He has a 1.44 whip and a 5 ERA. Mickey batting .359 with no homers and 4 ribbies, and let's play some baseball. And Mickey Rivers lines a base hit to left to get things going in front of Wolford in left field. Leonard is a C+, which is above average holding runners on, and he's a -1 stopping the steal. Martinez is a 0. White comes in batting .466 with 2 homers, 6 ribbies. We're going to let him swing here. And a possible error check. It's a 4, second base. 45 for White on the error. Up, stuck in his glove, and he throws it wide. So the Whites were involved in that play. Frank making the error, and Roy reaching. First and second, nobody out. Good speed on the bases for Thurman. Let Thurman bat. He's batting .250, and he hits a ground at a third. They're going to get the force. Is it going to be a third or second? He's going to be a third. So first and second, 1 out. Chambliss batting .197 with a homer and 11 ribbies. And we got another error check. And it's center field this time. And Otis is an 85 out of 100 out there. And that's a short fly, and Otis makes the catch. First and second, 2 out. Leonard's jam quality activated with a runner in scoring position, 2 out for Oscar Gamble. He's batting .205 with a homer. And a double in a gap in left center, and it's going to clear the bases. Oscar Gamble finds the gap between Otis and Wolford. And White and Munson will both come around the score, and the Yankees will jump out 2-0 here in Kansas City here in the top of the first. Sweet Lou Piniella batting .217 with no homers and 3 ribbies will now bat. And he struck him out. So we're going to go to the bottom of the first. But the Yankees get 2 early. They got 2 early in game 2, and then that was it. They didn't tack on at all, and they ended up losing 4-2. Rudy May was 15-10 with a 3.72 ERA. No situation qualities. And he does also have deep drives on both sides. So home runs are going to count without the extra roll on both sides. Here's Wolford leading off batting .200. And he leads off with a walk. And that's May's 7th walk in 13 innings. So too many walks for Rudy May to start the season. He does have a decent whip at 120. And his ERA is 3.38. Otis comes in batting .320 with 4 homers and 13 runs batted. Wolford can run, but May is a good, B is good holding and -1, and Munson's a -1. So good control of steals for the Yankees in this battery. And he strikes out Otis. for the first out. 1 out, 1 on now for Brett, batting .310. Has not gone yard yet. Hit 6 ribbies. I don't think he had a big home run here. He only hit 7 in the 77. 76, I'm sorry. It says I have a 77 going in another game. Here's a bizarre reading. Like I said, I play so many seasons, I'm starting to get confused. This is the 76 season. And here's a bizarre. And Wolford takes second. And now they're going to take a look at Rudy May, and that's why I don't like the Bizarres. There's too many injuries in the Bizarre plays, but he's going to stay in the game here. So as a runner on second, was that a wild pitch or I didn't even see what the Bizarre was. Hold on. Is it a ball? What did he do? Way outside. Munson manages to stop it. May looks like he's in pain. They didn't really explain it very well either. Sets and pitches. Well, I guess it was just a steal. And no throw? Okay, well, Wolford's on second, 1 out for Brett. And there's a high fly ball to center field for the second out. Yeah, the one problem with these rare plays, and especially these Bizarres, is there's a lot of injuries connected to them. And when you're playing a season replay, you don't really want all those injuries. So there's 2 out now with a runner on second from Mayberry. Mayberry's batting .250 with no homers and 6 ribbies. And he struck him out, so May gets out of it. Luckily for May, he dodged having to come out of this game, which would have been unfortunate. Also would have destroyed my bullpen. Here we go, top of the second, Yanks up 2-0. Nettles batting .250 with a homer and 6 ribbies. And there's a soft ground ball to second. So that'll be the first out. Randolph. And there's a high fly ball to center field. Two quick outs, and that'll bring up weak-hitting Jim Mason batting .087. And we got an umpire call. Popped up, and Martinez will get the pop up, and that will be the side. So we're going to go bottom 2. May pitching to McRae, batting .314 with a couple of homers, 9 runs batted in, and he grounds to third here for the first out. Generally, you do not want to ground to third against the Yankees. Nettles is a vacuum cleaner. 1 out for Cowens. Cowens hitting .265 with a homer and 9 ribbies, and he flies out to right. Oscar Gamble will put this one away for the second out. And we'll get Frank White. Made that error earlier, batting .269 with no homers and 3 ribbies here. And he's going to hit a ground ball to Willie at second. And Randolph will take care of that. So we're going to go to the third, with the Yankees holding this 2-0 lead. Rivers, White, Munson, top of the order. Rivers 1 for 1. Singled, but then he was forced out at third base. And he struck him out. First out of the inning. Bring up the red hot White, 458. Safe on an error his first time out. And he's got himself a base hit to center field. He is just on fire to start the season. He's on first now with 1 out and Munson up. I got a couple of choices here. I can hit and run, or I can straight steal. See if White can get a lead. 42, and it's going to get a do the job. He gets the good jump. 53. And he makes it in safely. So White steals second with 1 out, gets in the scoring position for Thurman. Thurman has the tired on him because it's a day game after a night game. So there are some results that could change. There's a high fly ball to center. White will stay put. 2 out. It's going to be up to Chambliss. And the Yankees are going to need Chambliss to start hitting if they're going to start winning games consistently. He's only hitting .194. There's a long fly to center, and we're going to go to the bottom of the third. The Yankees still holding that 2-0 lead. Freddie Patek, Buck Martinez, and Jim Wolford for the Royals. Patek sitting at 133 with no homers and 2 ribbies. And he walks him. Can't do much worse than walk a weak hitter leading off of the inning. Runner on first, nobody. I'd rather he hit a 400-foot home run. Martinez with that. He is hitting 300 with a homer and 11 ribbies. And there's a 96 on the steal attempt, so that's a pickoff attempt. But no pickoff. Patek gets back, and Martinez with that. And he hits a ground ball to third. That's going to be forced at Patek forced at second. We're going to get Martinez swapping places with Patek. Not a great swap for the Royals, as Martinez is much slower than Patek. 1 out for Wolford. And he lines a base hit to left. He's been a thorn in the side of the Yankees in this series. And he gets a base hit there. Martinez will probably stop at second. He does. First and second, 1 out for Otis, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That was the first hit for the Royals. And there's a high fly ball to Mickey in center. Rivers will easily catch this one. Runners will hold at first and second now with 2 out. Brett, who is clutch, has the clutch factor activated with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Big at-bat in the game right here, and he struck him out. So that's a big AB right there, getting Brett lefty-lefty with Rudy May. And the Yankees maintain the 2-0 lead going to the fourth. They gamble Piniella and Nettles. Gamble's 1 for 1. He doubled in 2 runs in the first inning. And he's going to double again, double off the wall in right this time. His first one was in the gap in left center. Gamble 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. And he'll be in scoring position with nobody out for Piniella. In real life, Piniella was very good going to right field, especially in these situations, to try and get the runner over. Here he's just going to line a base hit right up the middle. Now, Gamble will probably end up stopping at third because there's nobody out. Let's see. Yeah, 68% is not high enough for me with nobody out. So first and third, nobody out for Nettles. He's another guy the Yankees need to get started. He's hitting 245, but he only has 1 home run and 6 runs batted in. And he struck him out. 1 out. That's a big strikeout for Leonard. Here in the top of the fourth. Now first and third, 1 out as we work towards the bottom. Willie Randolph. 220 with no homers and 5 ribbies. Willie hit 267 and 76 with a homer and 40 ribbies. Yankees don't have too much speed on the bases. There's a high fly ball to right. Cowens is a -1 arm. Gamble's a 6 base runner. But with weak hitting Jim Mason coming up, I'm going to try it. It's 59%. I don't want to leave it up to Mason with 2 out. Let's try and score. Oh, 69 is going to be out. He's gunned down. My bad luck on the bases continues in Dynasty League Baseball as I get another runner thrown out. But there with Mason coming up, I think he had to try it. It was over 50%, almost 60%. So we go bottom 4, 2-0. Same thing that happened in game 2 where the Yanks got 2 early and then didn't score again. Here's Mayberry against May, lefty-lefty, and he walks again. That's the second inning in a row that Rudy May has walked the leadoff hitter. Bring up Hal McRae, 0 for 1. Always dangerous, especially against lefties. And he hits a soft grounder to short. Only play is going to be to first. And Mayberry's going to make his way to second on that play. Mason rushes in and makes the play, though, on McRae. Runner on second, 1 out for Cowens, who's 0 for 1. And there's a line drive base hit to center field. Mayberry's a 4, though, against Rivers 0 home. He might hold here. Let's see. He does hold. First and third, 1 out for Frank White, who play the infield. Back, obviously, with a 2-0 lead. We'll give up 1. We have to. And there's a strikeout. Big strikeout there for Rudy May. With first and third, 1 out. He gets Frank White on strikes. It's going to be up to Patek now. Walked his first time. First and third, 2 out. Royals trying to get on the board. And there's a high fly ball right field. Gamble under it. Gamble will make the catch. And Rudy May with a strikeout and a fly to right gets out of a jam. Still 2-0 Yanks. Top of the 5th. Mason will lead it off against Leonard. And he walks. And again, that's kind of like walking the pitcher when you walk Jim Mason. Don't want to do that. In the 76th season, he only had a .210 on-base percentage. Runner on first now. Nobody out for Mickey, but Mickey's too good a hitter. I'm just letting him swing here. And he struck him out here, though. And there is one out now. Mason on first. Mason not much of a threat. And steal a base in 76. Roy White is up. Now the hit and run is possible. Let's try a little hit and run. They added a double play. And there's a ground ball to first. Wouldn't have been a double play, but now I believe we will get the runner in scoring position. They probably will get White and Mason to hit and run on. So Mason is now down to second and in scoring position thanks to the hit and run. But now Leonard's jam is activated, and Munson will try and drive in Jim Mason. And there's an error check. Top 5, Yanks lead 2-0. Error check with Mason on second, but it's center field. Generally, these outfield plays are made, and I think a 30 is an easy catch for Otis. So we go bottom 5, 2-0 Yanks. Buck Martinez leads it off against Rudy May. And we got an umpire. You have to hold your breath on these. And it's a pop-up to Munson, and he will get it, one out. Back to the top, and Wolford, who's hitting .222, but he seems like he's always on against the Yankees. He's walked and singled here. And they finally get him on a hard grounder to short, so he hit it hard, but this time right at Mason. And there are 2 out now, quickly here in the bottom of the 5th. And that'll bring up Amos Otis, who's 0 for 2. 308. He has 4 home runs on the year, and he struck him out. Rudy May dealing. And we're going to go to the 6th with the Yankees holding this 2-0 lead in another good Royals-Yankees baseball game. Chambliss will lead it off against Leonard. Chambliss is 0 for 2, has not been able to get going so far. 293 in the actual season with 17 homers and 96 ribbies. And here's a high fly ball to right. Cowan's easy play. And there's one quick out for the Yankees in the 6th. Here's Oscar Gamble. He's basically the story of this game. 2 for 2, 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in. And here he hits a high fly to right, though. He didn't get that one. Got under it. Cowens will make that catch. And there are 2 quick outs here in the 6th. Not the kind of game that you're comfortable playing on the road. You jump out to a 2-0 lead, but then you can't tack on, and that's usually when you give the home team a chance. Here's Piniella. And there's a ground ball to third. And that's going to end the 6th inning for the Yankees. Going to go bottom 6, 2-0. Brett Mayberry McCray due up. Rudy May gets a couple of lefties here to deal with. Brett the first. Of course, that doesn't matter much to Brett, who hit .321 against lefties, but here he's going to ground to Chambliss at first. And that's going to be a quick out. Bring up John Mayberry. He only hit .201 against lefties. And another umpire reading. And a 2 on the dice roll. Checking stadium visibility, and that's going to be a base hit for John Mayberry. So Mayberry's on first with 1 out for Hal McRae. Rudy May can still face 8 batters. And he's pitching a shutout and a 3-hitter. And there's a long fly ball, center field, Mickey Rivers. Under it, easily makes that catch for the 2nd out. They get the tough Hal McRae. Brings up Al Cowens, doesn't get any easier. Cowens can hit. Runner on first, 2 out. And there's a hard ground ball to short. Jim Mason is able to get to it, though. And he's able to throw out Cowens easily. And we're going to go to the 7th inning. Yankees holding a 2-0 lead. It's 2-5-0 for the Yanks, 0-3-1 for the Royals. Top 7, and it's going to be Nettles leading it off against Leonard. Nettles a much better hitter against righties than lefties. But here is an error check. It's going to be the catcher, Martinez, and like the outfielders, the catcher usually makes these plays. And here's a dribbler in front of the plate. Oh, he throws it low, but Mayberry scoops it out of the dirt. Nettles retired, 1 out. Here's Randolph. And there's a ground ball to third. And George Brett will make that play easily. Brett and Nettles, a bit of rivals in the 70s, had a famous fight on the field. Here's Jim Mason. George Brett went into third a little hard. Nettles didn't like it. Then I think Nettles may have kicked Brett, and they had a little tussle. There's a base hit for Mason with 2 outs. So Mason's on first with 2 out. Mason's actually had a pretty good game here. And here's Mickey Rivers. And there's a high fly ball to center field. Easy play for Amos Otis will make that play. And it's 7th inning stretch time as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Yankees holding a 2-0 lead, and Frank White will lead it off against May. And there's a deep drive. There's a deep drive for Frank White. Now, he's probably not got, he's an F power, which is listed as terrible in the game. 80 is to right center field, 385 out there, and 37 is not going to do it. Going to have to hit it twice to get it out there with that kind of power. And Rivers makes that catch. Apparently bobbled it, but also recovered it and made the catch. And that's the first out of the 7th inning. Patek, the batter, due up. And he's going to get himself a double off the right field wall. Freddie Patek. He's 240 in the 76 season. He doubles off the wall there. The lineup's getting ready to turn around. Might be time to get some guys up. We'll get Tippy and Dick Tidwell up. Rudy May is going to face Buck Martinez with a runner on second and 1 out. And he's got himself a base hit to center field. Let's see if they try and score Patek. Patek is a 9, so there's a good chance they're going to try and score him. But, yep. We only have a 12% chance. We want to keep Martinez on first, so we're going to let this run score. It's 2-1. Now with a runner on first and 1 out. Martinez and Tidwell need one more batter and he's ready. So May is going to have to face Wolford here. Crowd getting into it. Royals got the momentum. Wolford's been a thorn for the Yankees in this series. And there's a walk. I think that's going to be it for Rudy May. First and second, 1 out. This is 76 baseball, so we don't have that 3-batter rule. I could bring in Tidrow to face Otis and then Tippy to face Brett. It sounds like a plan to me. First and second, 1 out. And Dick Tidrow is going to come in here for Rudy May. He's going to face Otis, and then we'll see. First and second, 1 out. Yankees holding on to a very precarious 1-run lead. They let it 2-0 early, and now here come the Royals. First and second, 1 out. Tidrow in to face Otis. Take a look at Tidrow's card. He had a good year in 76. And now they're going to go to Tom Poquette. So very interesting. Poquette's going to come in to would not have pinch hit for Amos Otis, but they do, and Poquette had a good year, 302, 2 homers, 34 ribbies. First and second, 1 out. Tidrow's going to have to face Poquette here in a big spot. And a base hit to center field. A base hit to center field. Now Martinez is a 3. He's probably holding here. And the bases are going to be loaded with 1 out, and I'm going to have to go to Tippy to face Brett. Game is getting tight here. Tippy Martinez is going to come in to face George Brett. I want to get a righty. We'll get Dave Pagano, just in case things go haywire and I get further down. All right, we got bases loaded, 1 out. Yankees leading 2-1, but it's precarious. I am going to leave the infield back. Bring the infield in here, and the game can go bye-bye in a hurry. It's not the end of the world if they tie it. You don't want them to get two. So the bases are going to be loaded. The other option would be to bring the corners in. But with Brett up, I'm going to leave them back. Tippy's going to face Brett. Bases loaded. And we're going to try and keep this game from getting out of hand. And here's the pitch to Brett from Tippy Martinez and an outfield range check. This is the first outfield range check of the game, and what a time to get it. It's a 44, and it's in the gap. Rivers is an A range. 17 on the dice roll, and he makes a diving catch. Martinez will come in to score, but Rivers maybe saves 3 runs there. A diving catch in center field. Game is now tied at 2, but it's first and second 2 out now for Mayberry. Now, the computer has been pinch hitting for Mayberry. Tippy's going to pitch to him if he bats, and he's probably going to stay in anyway. And yep, here comes Fran Healy, but Martinez is going to face Healy. And Martinez had a big year in 76 as well with a 2.33 ERA. So first and second, 2 out. Tippy trying to get out of this trouble here. Fran Healy pinch hitting, and there's an error check. Everything happening here in the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be second base and Willie Randolph. He's a 50 error. And an 8 on the dice roll. Chopper towards second, and he bobbles it. Everyone's safe, and the bases are loaded. Now it's Hal McRae. Now Dave Pagan is ready, but Tippy's a much better pitcher than Pagan. 254 against righties. Tippy is 204, so he's staying in. Bases loaded, 2 out. It's a 2-2 game, and Hal McRae, with his clutch factor activated, is up with a chance to give the Royals the lead. Tippy Martinez is ready, and here is the pitch. And a base hit to center field. And the Royals are going to take the lead. It's going to be at least 3-2, maybe 4-2. Let's see what they do with Tom Poquette. Mickey Rivers, 33% chance. We're going to try and get him. 33% chance. We're going to try and get Poquette. 59, and he's in safely, and the Royals lead it 4-2. Second and third, 2 out for Cowens. Frank White on deck. He was 244 against lefties. Cowens was 261. I don't know. I'm still going to leave Tippy in. The question is, do I want to face Cowens or White? Maybe I want to face White. I'm going to walk Cowens. Load the bases. 2 out. Bottom 7. Royals have taken a 4-2 lead. Tippy Martinez has to get Frank White to get out of this inning. 0 for 3 in the game. And an infield range check. An infield range check. 47 on the die roll. It's a hot liner towards Nettles. Of course, Nettles is the guy you want to hit to. A+ range. And he spears it and makes the catch. Nettles, once again, with his glove, keeps the Yankees in the game. But they're now trailing 4-2, which was yesterday's score. Roy White will lead it off against Leonard. Yankees, again, scoring too early and not being able to tack on. And there's a soft ground ball to second. And Frank White will throw out Roy White. Thurman Munson will bat with 1 out. And there's a line out to third. Brett able to snag that one. 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the 8th inning. Royals looking to take 2 out of 3 at home against the Yankees. Chambliss 0 for 3 in the game. And he hits a soft ground ball to first. An easy 1-2-3 inning. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th. Royals leading it 4-2. Patek, Salita, and Wolford. Martinez still out there. I'm going to let him start. He can still face 3 batters. I don't have a lot left in my pen. It's either Guidry or Pagan. Actually, I'm going to get both of them up. I'm not going to use Sparky here. So Patek will lead off against Tippy Martinez here. 4-2 Royals. And there's a ground ball to Nettles at third for the first out. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's going to be Gamble, Piniella, and Nettles due up in the 9th. Here's Tony Solita, lefty batter, and he walks. Runner on first, 1 out. We have Wolford the righty and 2 more lefties. Let Tippy try and get Wolford, who's 1 for 2 in the game with a couple of walks. And there's a ground ball, base hit to center field. The Royals have just come on strong here in these last couple of innings. So Rita's going to stay. And Tippy is now down to 0. He's not tired yet. I could bring in Gator. Stick to Tippy against Poquette. First and second, 1 out. Tippy Martinez to Tom Poquette, and a walk, and the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded now. George Brett, 1 out. Well, let's set up a fun little matchup here. Tippy's been out there, he's struggled. Let's set up a fun little Guidry and Brett matchup here. We don't have much left in this game. Ron Guidry is going to come in. He's going to face George Brett with the bases loaded and 1 out. We will bring the infield in now. We can't give up any more runs. Bases loaded, 1 out. Guidry in to face George Brett. And a high fly ball to center field. See if Solita gets frisky and tries to tag here. He's a 4. Looks like he's going to hold. He is going to hold. So 2 out now. Fran Healy due up. I'm going to let Guidry try and get him. Bases loaded, 2 out. I could go to Pagan, but I'm going to let Guidry try and get him. Bases loaded, 2 out. Let's see if Guidry can get Healy to get out of this inning. And a base hit to left field. Off Fran Healy's card against the lefty. And the game is now going to be blown wide open. It's 6-2 Royals. And now with Hal McRae up. Go to Pagan. Guidry could not get Healy. Pagan will now pitch to McRae. First and second, 2 out. And there's a base hit to left field, and this game has just been blown wide open by the Kansas City Royals. Let's see what they do with Tom Poquette. And we might as well try and get him. 25% chance. Roy White's going to try and get him. He's not going to do it with a 20. And it's going to be 7-2. Cowan's facing Pagan. And the Yankees going to fall back under 500. Here's an infield range check. And it's a 4, which is a slow roller again to Nettles, the right guy to hit it to if you're the Yankees. And he is going to just get him at first. So Nettles' glove again coming through for the Yankees. Unfortunately, it's 7-2 going to the 9th. Leonard's still out there looking to complete this ball game. Royals have no one in the pen, and Oscar Gamble will lead it off. And he's going to strike out. So the Yankees scored 2 in the first, and again, like they did in Game 2, did not get anything after that. You just can't win games that way. And the bullpen failed anyway in this one. Here's Piniella. Bat. And he's going to hit a high fly ball to Cowens in right. Yankees going to be down to their last out. It's going to be Greg Nettles. 2 out, nobody on for Nettles. He is 0 for 3 in the game. And there's an outfield range check. 83, which is going to be a sinking liner to Wolford. He's a B range. And he makes the snow cone catch. Fitting way to end it for the Royals here as they take 2 out of 3 from the Yankees here. In 1976, Yankees fall to 7-8 and go back under 500. And they're going to have to start hitting or they are not going to win these ball games. So they lose this one 7-2. And we'll be on to the next series. Thanks for watching.